So how do I go about making a song? Where do I start? Where do I come up with my ideas? It kind of depends, and obviously every song's going to be different. Sometimes you're going to start making one and it's all just going to come together perfectly, or you'll start making one and you'll work on it for a while and then just scrap it because it doesn't even sound good. Don't take this as me trying to act like I know everything about making music. I'm just want to show the process of how I make songs. Obviously there are people that are a lot better at it than me, and I'm just wanted to be clear that I'm not an expert on this, and I'm not claiming to be one. Okay, so I have Ableton Live pulled up now on my computer. This is the program that I use to edit music, to make music. So this is a song that I was working on yesterday. So I'll start off with this first. I think that it's best to write down lyrics first if you have the intention of singing in your song. I just feel like when I sit down with nothing else in my head and just write, that I always come up with better lyrics and more meaningful lyrics, because I don't have anything else in my head except for what I'm writing down right then at that moment, if that makes sense. So I think that a lot of people believe that writing lyrics is a difficult process, and yeah, it can be if you're sitting there and just thinking, God, I don't know what to write about. How do I make it rhyme? A lot of the times what I will do is I'll just write down my thoughts. I'll just go through and write down my thoughts. And then after that, I'll go back in, I'll look through my thoughts, and I'll try to take certain parts of them and then change it into lyrics, and maybe add some stuff, take away some stuff, make it rhyme. But really, what writing a song is about, for me at least, is just turning your thoughts into lyrics and then into a song. Also, if you have an idea of a specific story you want to tell, or a specific point you want to get across, or a theme of your song, then you can just try to come up with lyrics based off of that theme, and you just don't think about it too much. Get in there and start writing and just let it come to you. Okay, so I can go ahead and just give you a listen of my vocals on this track.
Emptiness and loneliness are one and the same. You distract yourself, keep your thoughts at bay. You stay on the surface level of your mind. You leave yourself undefined. You never figure out what's really going on. You give yourself up, you don't even try. You get on the bed, lay down and cry. You cry, teary eyes, distract yourself from what you feel inside.
So, with the lyrics in this song, I basically did what I just said. I wrote down my thoughts and basically went back through and made lyrics out of it. So this song is called Distractions. So it's about like distracting yourself from how you feel inside and how you shouldn't do that. Okay, so after you've written down some lyrics and maybe you have a concept for your song, you're going to want to pick the key that your song is in. So your key will decide what notes you're allowed to use in your song and what chords you're allowed to use in your song. This song that I'm looking at right now, it was made in the key of C sharp minor. So what I did was I had this guitar chord progression that I recorded myself, and this was kind of my starting point. After making the lyrics, coming in here, I did the guitar chord progression. So again, this song is in C sharp minor, so the chords I used for this guitar were C sharp minor to A major 7, and then F sharp minor, and then G sharp 7. And so a cool thing is there are plenty of chord progression generators that you can look at. So this is one I've used before. And you can just get on here and you can generate any random chord progression. So if you're not sure what to do, or you're not sure what chord progression you want to use, you could go use something like this and just generate a random one. And then if you were curious to know all the chords in a key or all the notes in a key, then you could just take the key. So this one is in C major. And then you could just look up all the chords in C major, all the notes in C major, and then there you go, all that information, you have it. Okay, so now you're set. You have your chord progression, you've written some lyrics. Maybe now it's time to try and sing a little bit over your chord progression. So I'm going to assume that you would know how to sing in tune. Obviously, everyone's not a perfect, amazing singer, but most people are able to carry a tune at least. And if you're making music, then I'm going to assume that you at least can follow the key of the song with your voice. So just kind of go through and play your chord progression over and again, and just kind of go through and try singing your lyrics in different ways. Sometimes you might have to redo some things, figure it out. You might even have to change some stuff up on your lyrics so that it fits better with the song. But that's why you go through, you experiment, and you figure out how you can put it in there. Okay, so now you have some lyrics maybe, you've got a chord progression, and technically you've got a song right there. You don't really need anything else. But we're not done yet, because you gotta have some drums, you gotta have some other background little things going on like this, or this right here. So I just took the notes from the key that we're in, and just went through, made a little thing here that sounds good. As long as you're using the notes that are in the key, like, you can't really go wrong. I mean, you still can, but that's the main thing. You just want to make sure that you're using the notes that are in the key. And then with drums, so if you're using a program like this, you can use drum samples or drum loops, which that's what this is. Like, I didn't make this down here. This is just one that I got from a pack that I have. Because I'll be honest, I'm not the best at making drum loops at the moment. I need to practice a little bit more. This is a pretty simple one up here that I made just for the beginning part of the song. I can make something better than this, okay? This is just for the beginning of the song. Here, I'll play all of this for you. Yeah. Haha. Boom, and then this comes in right here.
Emptiness and loneliness are one and the same. You distract yourself, keep your thoughts at bay. You stay on the surface level of your mind. You leave yourself undefined. You never figure out what's really going on. You give yourself up, you don't even try. You get on the bed, lay down and cry. You cry, teary eyes, distract yourself from what you feel inside. You look.
Drums are an important part of a song because they help keep the rhythm and just add a little more to it. I guess you could say that, like, your chord progression is really just the bass layer. Like, this guitar chord progression is just the bass layer, and then on top of that, I'd put the lyrics, and then I built these, I don't know what to call them, really. Just note loop things. And then, you get the drums in there too. I mean, it really is as simple as, okay, all you technically need to make a song is just a chord progression, like this one here, and then vocals and maybe some drums in the background. It doesn't have to be anything complicated. You can make it as simple as that, and you don't even need drums technically. All you could have is a chord progression and your voice. I mean, that's what, like, singing with a guitar is, right? And I think it's all just about experimenting and putting different things together and seeing what sounds good. And obviously you have to do what, like I talked about earlier, staying in key and, staying on tempo. But other than that, you can really just let yourself be creative with it. I mean, that's the fun of it, right? Obviously, the more you practice and the more you do it, the better your technique gets, I guess. And as I said before, I'm no master with this. I think I have a good vision of creating songs, and I have a good ear for it, but I'm not a master at, like, mixing and putting together music. There's a lot of stuff to it, a lot of advanced things that you can get into that I'm just learning. But when I first started, it was as simple as playing my guitar and putting vocals on top of that. Hey, I think that's about it for me for this video. I hope this, maybe if you're looking to make a song, helped you a little bit. It was fun for me to go through and do this, just because I've been having a lot of fun with learning all this stuff, so it's kind of nice to feel like I at least have the ability to kind of explain it to someone else. There are so many other channels on YouTube that can tell you all this stuff, but in 1,000 times better way. And that's how I learned everything, is basically off YouTube, and obviously just my own knowledge of music theory. And yeah. Anyways, I have plans to make more videos, and I'm excited about that, and hopefully people will look forward to watching more of my content, because I'm going to keep on making it.